The market is hitting new all-time highs this week, but I'm seeing some major cracks under the surface, and there's three stocks in particular that I want to talk about today. Two of them are sitting on sell signals, and you probably already have them in your portfolio, and one of them is looking like the best buy of the year. Okay, so before we get to those stocks, let's take a look at the market. First, we see on the market, we have a buy signal, but the problem that I can see right now is that we have been so greedy for so long that we're starting to see a pullback in the greed. In fact, we've been over 70 on our fear and greed score since July 10th. Now we're pushing almost 2 months at that point. Once people stop being greedy, what do they start being? Fearful. And I would absolutely expect to see a very sharp drop off in the greed and a huge pickup in fear in the market in the next couple of weeks or so. And also, if we look at the market breadth, we can see that the number of buy signals is actually peaking and starting to come down, meaning more sell signals, less buy signals. Now, we haven't had a bearish cross on this yet, but it's getting super close on the number of buy signals. Also, one thing to keep in mind is we're no longer seeing more uptrends. We're actually seeing more downtrends in the market. So underneath the hood, market breadth is looking very, very weak. Now, of those three stocks, let's take a look at the first one here. Opendoor. You probably have been trading Opendoor this year, and you probably made a good bit of money, right? Like if you followed this buy signal back on August 12th, when it went from around $2 up to where it went around $4 or so, we can actually see right here on the Outlier 9, this is new in Outlier, we can actually see everything all at once. Opendoor doesn't look so hot at all. In fact, Opendoor has a sell signal, and Opendoor is waning on its greed, meaning it's getting more and more fearful. Now, if you're holding Opendoor right now, it may be time to take profits. In fact, when I looked at the Opendoor chart, I saw some issues, some big issues here, right? Right above the price we have right now are what are called order blocks. We like to call them outlier blocks here at Outlier, but some big order blocks. These are areas of big resistance, and you can see just how well they work, right? The first time price came back to this $5 level, it struggled. The next day, it came up, hit the second order block, and it struggled, went down around $4 or so. And these order blocks go way back to 2023. And this one here went back all the way to 2022. So these order blocks are trapped sellers looking to sell. So if you own Opendoor right here, I'm telling you right now, it is not looking like the play that I would be holding right now. Not only does it have a sell signal, not only are people getting more fearful, but you have a lot of overhead resistance that is already shown to be prevalent and to work on Opendoor. So let's take a look at the next stock. The next stock is one you probably have in your account for sure. That's Nvidia. Nvidia is in the same boat. It has a sell signal and it has falling greed. Look at this right here, right? Now, this is before the earnings, right? Let's go to the Nvidia chart. Earnings happened right here on Wednesday, and the greed had been falling since July 31st. So the greed has been falling off a cliff for the last month. And you're trying to say, oh yeah, I'm making so much money in Nvidia. It's gone sideways during that time, right? It's gone sideways during that time, but you need to be aware of where it is on the fear and greed cycle. It got really greedy. People got super, super stoked that Nvidia only goes up. And what's happening right now is that all those greedy people are saying, you know what? Maybe it's time to back off. Maybe it's time to back off. And they're taking profits, leaving you holding the bag. So if you are an Nvidia shareholder, now may be the time to take your profits. And I mean, let's just dive into this a little bit deeper, right? It lost the 10-period moving average. That's your short-term trend. It lost the intermediate term trend with the 20-period moving average. It still has the long-term trend. And we've seen how it can close under, then come right back up. But in reality here, the momentum is gone. Don't be looking at Nvidia thinking that this is the next Nvidia, because right now, Nvidia is not the next Nvidia. Let's look at the last play. In fact, this is the best one that I have on my charts right now. Probably one that you own, SoFi. SoFi actually looks gorgeous. All 9 of 9 lit up for SoFi. Now, a couple things to keep in mind here is that, remember, market breadth isn't looking great, and a rising tide lifts all ships. So if you found a stock that is doing great, remember that a weak market and a weak sector can help pull it down. However, the market looks really good on the trend. The market still has a buy signal. It's the breadth of the market that is not looking quite as hot. The sector here, however, is getting more and more greedy. So this is the average fear and greed score for the sector. So that's going to help you out. And we still have an abundance of buy signals in the sector. So all of this looks great. The only issue that I can see right here is that it's not pushing to new all-time highs. The only issue I see is that we're consolidating in this area right here. Now, it broke through this order block right here. We talked about order blocks just a little bit ago. It broke through right here and pushed on up higher. So SoFi actually, for me, looks like a dream. You've got 9 of 9 all lit up, buy signals for days. The sector looks great. The whole industry looks great as a whole. The whole industry looks great as a whole. Now, I don't want you to go away empty-handed, right? I want you to take advantage of Outlier, because you're probably asking yourself, what is Outlier and how does it work? Well, old Uncle Warren used to say, be fearful when others are greedy, greedy when others are fearful. And we just talked about that on Nvidia, and you saw how it's getting more fearful, yet the price has been going sideways. So that should be telling you under the hood of the market that there are some issues going on with Nvidia. That's just one off the top of the case here, right? And now Outlier shows you if investors are acting irrationally fearful or greedy, and by how much, allowing you to get in the stock before the Outlier move happens. Now, if you're ready to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk, it's just 3 easy steps. Step 1, grab the annual pass for just 82 cents a day. Step 2, start using the Outlier 9, which is like built in here now, so you don't have to do anything. It's just automatic on literally every stock we cover. And the step 3, just sit back and relax, because you just found the easiest way to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk. And be sure you click one of these 2 videos to learn more about how to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk. And we'll talk soon.